So I just looked at my notes and I said it just the way I needed to say it. And I did take a break at after I said the second part of the sentence. Um, so the first part of the sentence, the first word, kitai koto. Now that I have gone over it a whole bunch of times, and not even going over it a bunch of times, just by knowing what I know. So I didn't know what it meant, but when I wrote down what it meant, that makes sense because koto is things and tai is want. If you want something, you can have a word and put tai at the end. So ki, I guess, is to ask. Kimas, I don't know, but you take out all the moss and ru and all this whatever when you want to say a word that has extensions to it, wanting to do something, connect it with another word too. I don't know. Anyways, so that word, things I want to ask. Kitai koto. And the beginning also has a kanji, so I doubt that I would memorize it. If I saw it again, I probably wouldn't completely memorize it. I'd have to really, use it in like 10 sentences or something to really be able to memorize it. But whatever the case, we got that. Okay. Then Mo, I get that. That's also. Taksan is a lot. So the beginning starts out things I want to ask, also a lot. That's what it says in Japanese. Or I mean that's what it says in Japanese in English because of the order. And then aru, I've seen that many times, but I hadn't really thought about it because arimas is to exist for things, not for inanimate things to exist. Arimas. Aru is the short form, the casual form. I don't know. And then she, I haven't really known this word before. Maybe I've seen it before, but didn't really pick up on it. I know that the word to means and, but this means and what's more. So it's beyond just and. So I don't know, maybe it's a way to like connect sentences. I know like there's the te form to connect sentences, but this is something else. I don't know. And then kotae, answers. So that's a good word to know. It starts with kanji and then at the end, hiragana. Um, that I would also need to use a bunch of times to be able to memorize it. And then it's got mo again. So answers also taksan a lot again, and then aru. So it's the same sentence repeated twice, but the difference is the beginning word. Um, and then there's no she after the aru at the end of the second part of that sentence. And then it says ndayone. And this is something that I don't fully comprehend, but trying to learn Japanese just by learning casual versus learning sentences with mas and des and all that because I did that for years and years and years, and now I realized that's not really a way to talk. I mean, it's like, I don't know, I guess if you're meeting someone for the first time, even in America, you try to be very polite, like, oh, sir, oh, ma'am, like, that kind of stuff. You don't even have to, but I don't know, sometimes you think like you should, or what is it that you said I would love to hear again? Like, I don't know, there's just like these certain attitudes that you have for someone you never met before. But beyond that, you're not really gonna spend too much time trying to be polite to every single person in every single moment. And I think it might be slightly different in Japanese, but I think it's basically the same in that sense that you shouldn't learn everything polite. You should learn just normal. Anyways, so the sentence I wrote down um, on a piece of paper on the 7th of this month. And I went through 6 sentences that I had written down. I had written down like about 10. And today I said, you know what, let me go through another one. I said I was actually going to go through two or three of them, but I went through the first one and I decided to take some time on this one and just really see if I could not just repeat it, but actually have it like stick more and like comprehend all the words and try to repeat it without reading it. And I feel really good about what I just did. I have about half of the paper still to write down and still to translate. But this sentence, there are many questions to be asked, which also have many answers. So once again, I'm just going to read it because 聞きたいこともたくさんあるし、答えもたくさんあるんだよね. I said the undayone weird because I was reading it and I was like, undayone, what? Even though I had already done it from before, it's something I don't fully comprehend. But anyways, that's a little Japanese that I've been working on. All right. If you enjoy, leave a comment. Thank you.